It's your boy Warlow back with another MyTeam video. And we are going to react to TyDeBo and JC2K video. He said Season 8 was an all-time bad on his video. And TyDeBo said copy and paste. Which I just want to react to these videos because honestly, I feel like a lot of times, I don't know, I think it's just like a thing we just accepted as not my team, a 2K, or just like overall thing is just to be negative on everything, and I feel warranted. So I'm interested to hear what this guy to say because honestly, hearing that Season 8 is an all-time bad, in my opinion, when I think a lot of my team seasons from all time, I think that's really insane. But we're gonna react to it, see what they gotta say, and see if this is warranted or ridiculous. We're gonna just hear what their take's got to say. So yeah, let's break it down and let's get into it.
YouTuber, welcome back to another JC2K video, and in today's video I want to talk about something I gotta talk about it. Season 8 might be the worst Endgame 2K has ever had, at least arguably, and that really does kind of even include 2K24, to be totally honest. Just in terms of the last real season of content, this was a really unfortunate season.
So 2K24, where you couldn't get legit anybody in Season 8, like Season 8, you couldn't even grind for anybody. And quick stop in the video, because I low-key forgot you could grind for this, and it gave you a random one each week, which could be a trash Invincible compared to this year, where you know what you're getting, and you're guaranteed the Invincible after 2 hours, and you know what you're getting, and no RNG involved. Oh my god, that's so much worse. That's so better. Let's get into the rest of the video. It was literally all locked behind packs. You had to pull it no matter what. You're somehow saying that's a worse endgame than this? That's insane. That is insane. I ain't gonna lie. That's insane. We're talking about Season 8. That is just insane.
I think it's worth talking about how underwhelming it is and how it's not a good sign for 2K26 either. So before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. So number one, I just want to say this. I understand a lot of people probably are somewhat disillusioned with the game, and some people probably are decently okay with things. There are parts of the game that I personally think are all right in terms of specifically like attainable cards. There are a decent amount of them. I did enjoy the weekly Invincible this season. That was probably the biggest positive by far.
Yeah, you said the weekly Invincible, but you call this the all-time bad. I need to hear that because I was about to mention it myself, but you brought it up. But yeah, I guess we'll just let him speak. But we'll let him speak on this. But 50 seconds in, I'm here contradicting. But go.
It was Invincible Clay, Patrick Ewing, Clay, Patrick Ewing, Rudy Gay, Kevin McHale, and then I think we're getting one more, and we also got Gary Payton, who wasn't that great. But the other four really good cards, especially Rudy, McHale, and Clay, all elite level options. So there were a couple of positives, but that's about it, because mode rewards sucked. They've sucked all year, so that's not new, but this is, again, probably the worst that mode rewards have ever been in my team.
Which I agree with that statement. We talk about Pacific game modes. Yeah, they have been the worst, but this is Season 8, especially Season 8. They've honestly, if you play a game a lot, you can grind for those players. Like, it's kind of like not mode rewards. We need game mode player rewards back next year. But if you play the right mode, breakout or park, you can grind for most of the players. Let's ignore the 60 players. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter got Beasley or got Korolenko or got this player, Adam Morrison. I have seen it plenty of times, especially Pat Burke, that's 20 pieces. So I would love them to break. Right now, he's not telling me why this is the worst all time.
Realistically is this year. They were really bad this season. That is a continuation. I don't know if they've ever been this bad in the last season of the game. Additionally, the week-to-week content was really, really unfortunate because, again, to interact with the content in any really, truly meaningful way, they're asking you to spend $100 on a GOAT box that for half the season didn't even guarantee you a GOAT player, to be fair.
Okay, I know you're going to say $100 to interact with the content. But, like, but has my team not always been that way specifically? Like, even last year in 2K24, it was literally just packs or just get the heck off. And even in other 2Ks, unless you were buying MT, you couldn't also buy those cards. And if he mentions, I don't even know Spotlight Sims, why did we just pretend like Spotlight Sims weren't long grinds too? and people were fine with them, just like this grinds. You know, and all in 2K20 had Evo cards, which took like 50, 100 years to even do, which was worse than anything. But well, honestly, I honestly believe that. I both look you watch, but honestly, I believe personally like this is better than a lot of even the Spotlight Sims, in my opinion. But
now it does, but it's still $100 more than the price of the game on one player, basically, because the double 100 plus is the 100 is generally silent, and generally you don't get good pulls out of that. The double 99 pack, that's basically useless, and the GOAT event pieces are nice, but the thing is, in order to interact with the GOAT festival in any meaningful way this season, that required you to do one of two things: either play the game a truly absurd amount, I mean, because again, let's do the math on getting one of these players for free. I've done this multiple times, but if you, for example, wanted Ben Simmons this week, we don't even got to think about George Merson, but Ben Simmons, you could get probably 5, 6, 7 free GOAT pieces from grinding the challenges. We'll say 7 if you grinded everything that's free in terms of challenges, and playing the games to get that'll give you like probably 2 more. So now you're at 9. You need 21 more GOAT pieces. So in order to get that, you're gonna have to spend a lot of MT on base packs or play a ton of games. And if you're playing games, 21 GOAT pieces, 15 Triple Threat Park games per GOAT piece, 10 Triple Threat or 10 Showdown wins per GOAT piece, not Triple Threat Park games, wins. 30 offline wins in Rookie Triple Threat to get a GOAT piece. Like, it's a ton of games.
yes, it is a ton of games. But did you have an issue? Did you have an issue with Glenn Rice being the reward last season? Because Glenn Rice in 2K24, he took over a lot of games. Spotlight Sims, for example, took a lot of games. Did you have an issue when Wimby was $50? And what if you didn't want to drop $50 on the game for Wembanyama? Then you had to spend over millions of coins on the auction house. So like, what's the issue now? If you spend $100, you can get this specific card too. Like, you can get that card. So what's the problem now with it? See what I mean? It was like, I guess you can argue it's 50. This one's $100, but still, it's still the same concept in a way. You know, having behind a paywall. So, like, did you not like that too, or I guess whatever.
And you need 21 pieces. All of a sudden, you're looking at 300 games in less than a week to get Ben Simmons if you're playing Triple Threat Park, which is what most people grinded online, because it would take even longer to get the 200 wins, 210 Showdown wins in 1 week. Like, that's absurd. You can't even do that. So it's basically Triple Threat offline, which is like 400, or actually I think it's like 600 games in a week to get this Ben Simmons for free, or Triple Threat online, which is going to be like Triple Threat Park, which is going to be 300 in a week if you're just grinding for the card. That's absurd. It's just absurd.
Well, I do agree. I wish it was like, sometimes I do wish it was, but like, why are we pretending like things haven't been grind? Like, they get mad about domination being 17 hours? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, because I feel like I should be, what comes from y'all is like, y'all pick and choose. It's just, we just need a complaint video. So we just pick and choose about which ones we like and which ones we didn't like. Because I would love them to compare other 2K seasons. If you're going to call all-time bad, compare it to other 2Ks. But that's not going to happen.
And realistically, the majority of people playing this game aren't doing anything close to that type of grind, is the honest truth. So with that being said, I think these cards pretty much became inaccessible to anybody outside of like maybe the cheap players, and the only cheap players have been Ty Lue, Steve Francis, Derrick Rose. Like, they're the cheapest players. Even like a J.R. Smith.
So where was this complaining about when showed, like, for all the other grinds we ever had? Yes, it is unattainable, but it always kind of been like that. Obviously, I seen somebody on Twitter get Josh Smith. Obviously, they don't need to grind each week. I mean, pick and shoot. You don't need every single card.
Michael Richardson, or guys like that have been 15 pieces. Dina Raja, Lou Aldang are 20. Like, these guys are just not very accessible unless you play a ton of games. The only ones that are kind of accessible are the ones that are the worst. Like, it's just been very unfortunate as a whole the way that they executed this entire season, because I am of the opinion that had they executed the GOAT Festival significantly better than they did, this season would have been great.
No, it wouldn't. You would still find a way to complain about. I mean, y'all complain about getting free boxes when we didn't get free boxes in 2K and any MyTeam, where people actually have gotten blessed and have gotten good pulls, and they haven't done it in our MyTeam. So it's like we really haven't gotten free. I don't think we got free boxes last year, but like, you know what I mean? It's just we just picking and choosing.
If you could realistically grind for one of these players a week in like a legitimately realistic manner, where 10 hours in a week gets you one of these cards. You know what I mean? That's reasonable. I
get what he means by that, but we know they're not going to do that. So what's the choice ladder? We say this is all time bad, and then they bring back the festivals where it's 30,000 breakout games, and we don't get and nobody gets anything, or the way they're doing it now, where you do play the game, you do get rewarded for like playing a Pacific, you do get rewarded with these cards if you do play the game a lot. Or we could just go back to the old way and where in the old festivals where like 99% of the things weren't attainable except for the draft festival and maybe the All-Star, but even then Vince Carter wasn't. So yeah, let's just
It's a lot of that's a pretty significant chunk of time. Not everybody has a ton of time, but excuse me, why can't you get one of these cards in 10, 15, even 20 hours for one of these better players? I mean, they could
literally, I mean, you can if you spend 20 hours. I mean, let's just say Bob Pat Burke, who's very, very good. If you wait till Wednesday, let's say you wait till Wednesday, you can get your agenda pieces. You can get 2 of them, then you get 5 of them. I mean, you can just play King of the Court. You know, you can get it in that 20 to 30. So I don't know what point you're even making there. I like referring to Ben Simmons. He said play Granger, you could. I mean, there's been a 50. I think Banton's 15, right? Yeah, I think it is.
Could have cut the requirements to get these cards so significantly. And then on top of that, to continue the problem, they then go and don't make exchanges on a week-to-week basis for these cards. Because then at least you could grind for them throughout the season,
why
right?
do y'all act like 2K why y'all act like the 2K would just, like, y'all know how 2K is, though. Like, we know by now how 2K is. We have to just accept, okay, this is better than what they had last time. And explaining and saying this is all-time bad is insane. We had seasons, like, early in seasons where the rewards and packs were opal, and they were, like, the content they were grinding for is pink diamonds. There have been worse seasons where they just, season 3 last year, where they didn't even come into office and did nothing. Either it's last year or the year before that. Like, to say this season where a lot of people are actually getting a free card that's really good. All these cards are good. It's not even like 2K21 or 22. It's like Spotlight Sims for John Wall. I remember grinding that for hours. And then they dropped Magic on Friday, and then he was outdated. All the cards I have grinded for this season, all still play. That is the difference.
It would still be a lot of games, but it's more reasonable to pick a player you want and grind and save up GOAT pieces and get him over weeks. But there's no exchanges for the GOAT piece. So the week 1 pieces that I put in this, the week 1 gold pieces, I can't get these anymore unless I spend money on packs. And spending money to get week 1 pieces to get a week 1 GOAT player is, I mean, let's see. You get 2 of, right now at a super pack, you're going to get 2 GOAT festival cards from weeks 1 or 4. So basically a 50% chance per pack of getting a week 1 piece. Like, the amount of pieces I would have to, amount of money you would have to spend to get the pieces for those players, they're basically just not even attainable at all after a week, even though they're still in the exchange. They're not actually gettable is the problem. So it just puts you in a situation where this stuff is nearly unattainable, and you have to attain it in such a short amount of time and spend so much money to try to get it through spending money, because each HOF box only gives you, what, 6 GOAT pieces? So you grind for all the pieces that are free, the 7 pieces. You get 9 with the 2 with the games that it took you to get those pieces. So there you go. We'll even say 10. You got 10 pieces from free just for playing the game and like a reasonable.
Okay, so then just grind the Mike. I say grind for the Michael Beasley of the world. That's the point I made. Michael Beasley was 25 pieces. You don't need to go for the 60-piece cards. Like, I mean, why would pretend like end out of the year like, oh, they weren't expensive? Like, unless you were buying MT, those cards were dang near expensive anyway. I remember I made a lot of sniping, but you weren't. Like, I'm just saying, they were expensive anyway.
Normal amount during the week. And then let's say you buy the 3 HOF boxes here, which is 18 pieces, and then you buy the mobile HOF box, which is another, what, 9 pieces? I think that one comes with. I'm not actually 100% certain because I haven't opened it, but I think that's what it is. So that gives you 27 pieces. So now you're at 37 pieces. That took $400 to get 37 pieces. So now, yeah, you can get Ben Simmons. Yeah, you can get Danny Ferry. Yeah, you can almost get, well, you could get Danny Granger and Ron Artest if you want. In previous weeks, you could have gotten 1, maybe half of 2 players. Like, you could get good players, but that's $400 to do that and still grind in the game a bunch. It's just incredible how expensive.
Well, if you spend $400, then you likely are going to have MT to open the base packs to get the card. Okay, and that's more reasonable. Y'all said it was like $7,000 for Kareem. So the price, based on what you just said, it dropped by like how much percent? Didn't y'all complain that the price for was way too much? It needs to come down, like in other videos in which this did it actually the price did come down because you can open up base packs and it will be significantly less than $7,000. I mean, especially if you pull things from the Hall of Fame boxes. I mean, you might not make him team now, but you get what I mean. Isn't it cost significantly less than thousands of dollars it did for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and KG? It will be easily less if you go the right way about it. So I thought that was a complaint before. Now we went to this complaint that it needs to be cheaper than $400. I thought it was about being thousands of dollars.
Expensive this stuff is. So I don't know, man. It's just been a really unfortunate season, and honestly the pack content was a bit underwhelming overall. There were parts of it that I think were decent. Like I will say there are parts of this season's content that I didn't totally hate. The best of MyTeam content was actually decent. Like George Gervin's a really good card. I'm gonna do gameplay on him later today. He's a stud. Jared Allen, not that exciting. Thurl Bailey, really good card. Chris Mullen, not bad. Austin Reeves, decent. Dale Ellis, decent. Isaiah Thomas, not good. Allen Houston, decent. CJ McCollum, not very good. Terrence Ross, pretty solid card. Like
the
Connor overalls were solid. The Invincible,
3 boxes, good events. We didn't shoot. Blake Griffin's really good, and this is somehow the all-time worst season in MyTeam. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Were all somewhat interesting. Jaylen Brown, Dwight Howard, Damian Lillard, John Wall, Paul Millsap, not insane but decent, and the GOAT cards were spectacular. The problem is almost all the spectacular GOAT cards were either get kept behind the GOAT Festival or extremely unattainably expensive. Because even now, if we go look at the price of GOAT cards at the end of the season, these cards cost millions of MT for the really good ones, and the very
yes, the market is complete toxic. But you're saying this season is all-time bad, where you actually, if you do spend time on the game, you can get a really GOAT card for free. Apparently, that's bad though. Yeah, let's go back to 30,000 breakout game, JC. Let's just say this season's all-time bad.
Solid ones are a million MT. The MJs and Tim Duncans and Kawhi Leonards and guys like that are going to run you close to a million MT. It's just pretty darn expensive to get these cards. They're not very attainable for people, and that is just an unfortunate place to be, is basically my opinion. I just think as a whole, the guys people really want to use are tougher to get or underpowered. There are versions of multiple players, like for example, like there are attainable versions of Wemby and LeBron and Jordan and Giannis and guys like that, but those cards aren't generally as good as the best versions, and the best versions cost a lot of money to get. There's just no getting around that fact. And I just think Endgame MyTeam has never been quite this, dang, you don't get anything. I don't know, maybe last year was bad too, but this has been a really rough season 8. So
if you're not willing to play the game a lot, you still get the invincible cards. That still is really good though. There is something to still be getting from it. But if you do play a lot, which I don't know, other to my teams, we just had no issue. Like, what about the KG one? Wasn't the KG one a long spotlight grind? Someone tried to tell me, oh, Taco Fall. But that Taco Fall was a toxic little grind. These are just simple breakout games you can do. And it's like you can walk away with a really good card just like before. Except, honestly, you got more choices now. But okay, let's see.
I don't know. Season 9 is probably not going to be great. Don't expect a lot. It's not even really going to have content. This probably isn't a great sign for 2K26 because realistically, like, why would they change things if they don't have to change it even at the end?
It's not a great sign that you're going to be... What are we saying? It's not a great sign. Getting free boxes, Invincibles, is a bad sign for 2K26. Yes. What about all the other festivals? What about the Zach Edey festival that was literally so predatory to the point where you spend... I'm so angry about this film. I'm so angry. It makes no sense.
At the end of the year to like try to suck people in for next year. They feel very confident in their ability to just make as much money as they can. Like, I bet they're still making tons of money. The craziest thing is this is the worst season 8 I think we've ever had. I bet it's the most money they've ever...
Tell me your references. Pull them up about previous season 8s. Please pull up your season 8 dictionary, JC. Please pull up your info. I want you to break down. There has not been a single video. I brought up old 2Ks season. What about the Christmas season with Byron Davis, whatever you want to call it? And they did nothing. They essentially did nothing. Like, I think this year, I think season 1, I feel like they did a poor job even that. I don't think they did a good job other than the Pink Diamonds from Breakout. So explain. Tell us what past 2Ks you're referring to, about which season you're referring to that was as bad as this one. Because you said all the time. Yeah, in this whole video, I haven't heard one time he point at why this season's way worse than it was last year. Not even once. Or even 2K23, 22. Not once in the video.
Ever made. That's the thing. That's the craziest part about it. So, I don't know. That being said, it's going to do it for the video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button.
Garbage. I mean this video was absolute doo-doo and garbage. This video was straight in the gutter. It needs to be deleted. It is garbage. It's terrible. Like, literally, calling this the worst season ever is just insufferable. What did I just hear? Like, this was terrible. Oh my god. Who was it? Ooh. Oh my god. Okay, we're reacting to TyDeBo copy and paste video. Now, his video saying copy and paste is even crazier because, okay, like, I get they get the animate, but a lot of these go cards get different hot jumpers. They didn't change a lot of even their post phase sometimes. They didn't change a lot of triple threat style, which I kind of wish more cards got Kobe triple threat style to go-to shots. A lot of their animations stayed the same, so I'm interested to hear what TyDeBo is going to say in his video again. And we're just going to react to it because, honestly, TyDeBo's, I mean, JC's worse complaining-wise. TyDeBo's second. They both complain about nothing all the time. But, let's go.
It's Ty in this video today. I'm going to be talking about me personally, my thoughts on the game, where we're at right now in the game. And while I'm struggling to come up with new YouTube ideas, while I'm struggling to have fun playing this game right now, and I get it, right? I get it. It's late.
I forgot to even say, but JC said he's playing college football, so I don't know if 2K wants to listen to the advice of someone that's playing a different game. But
late July. But is some sort of uniqueness to the mode, is some new content to the mode too much to ask for? Here's what I want to talk about. I feel like this game, over at least the last 4 weeks, has been the same copy and paste, right? Every Tuesday we get super packs, every Friday we get content in a new event. But when I think about loading up and playing this game, it's more exciting when there's something new or something that we have not seen before. And even
we haven't seen these festivals be like this before. This season is the first time where you got in free boxes in Invincibles or the festival. This is the first time they ever done a festival this way. Because throughout the year, the festivals all year have not been like this, where you could grind for anything. Like, for most part, or it was like they gave out a lot more pieces than usual, which caused it not to be expensive. But it was never you could just open base packs and work your way, or you could, grind. You could grind for a player without like you can grind for 30 pieces and get one piece. Like, that has not been a thing all year. So saying this has been a copy and paste in 58 seconds in is already kind of ridiculous. Because if festivals had not, if they had done the festival again like they did with Kareem or Zach Edey, this point makes sense, but it doesn't make sense in the concept of, like, it doesn't really make any sense. But this is the main video I wanted to watch because zero creativity. It was 3 weeks ago, but it still deserves a response to this video because it's as ridiculous. It wasn't like that. Maybe I still watched the first 5 minutes of that other video because he needed to be explained. But yeah, let's hear it.
It's Ty in this video today. We're going to be going over talking about how my team does the same thing at the end of the year, each and every year, and it bugs me. Like, again, I'll get into it, I'll talk about it, but it has everything to do with the lack of variety, the lack of, creativity, all of those types of things. Now, as we do dive into this thing and talk about it, if you are new to the channel, have not yet, make sure you guys do smash that subscribe button. I really do appreciate all of the support on the channel. Now, I want to start with this. What is the point of Endgame in MyTeam? Because right now, all of your best players have the same exact SIGs, have the same exact releases. You look at Goat Wemby, he has...
That's not even... Like I said earlier, that's not true. That's just a lie. Like, 2 years ago, back in 2K23, yes, that's accurate. Because 99.9% of the cards do have the same release. But that's just not true. A lot of these cards, I mean, shoot, Danny Granger has Burden Upper. That's just not true that every card just has every... That's just a lie. Like, that's just a lie.
Patty Mills base, as do a lot of the other GOAT cards. You look at every GOAT card, they have the Pro Tool Leaner. Every GOAT card's gonna have Garland, Francis, D-Fox moving crossover. There is no uniqueness and no creativity. Meanwhile, why do we have a Victor Wembanyama that's a GOAT card, that's an invincible card, and that's a 100 overall card? Why do we have a Yao that is a GOAT card and a 100 overall card? Why do we have a Tim Thomas that has a GOAT card that has a dark matter? Why do we have a Michael Beasley?
He literally has a pink diamond, only one dark matter, and a GOAT card. How many? He didn't. He's not the best example. I get what point you're trying to make here, but why does he act? If you watch TyDeBo back in season 3, he trashed all those content drops when they dropped the Kyrie, the Kelly, Tribuka, whatever you want to call his name. He trashed all of those cards. You're complaining about the SIGs, but the thing is, though, are you going to take responsibility for saying those cards suck? I used to love Jamin Daniels. You said he's garbage. So are you going to take responsibility because if they don't have the best SIGs in game, you typically trash them? So, like, which one are you going to take responsibility for? Maybe why we don't get those cards, or maybe he will later in this video. Maybe he will. Maybe I spoke too soon. But I mean, it's just facts. You'll just trash and say they're terrible anyway.
Beasley that has a GOAT card and a dark matter. Meanwhile,
He literally has a dark matter at pink diamond. Like, he has 5 cards. Like, I don't know. He should maybe fought this video through. He could have put LeBron at least. He has like 20 cards. Like, why did you not review this video? Whatever.
why do we have, I'm just going to throw out a name, a Jaden McDaniels that throughout the entire year saw 2 cards?
You literally said his card sucked. Like sucked. So if your 2 kids listening to that feedback saying you said he sucked, then why continuously drop those cards? You don't hype them up. You just say how trash they are. And you should be like, oh, they don't got this SIG. They suck. And you do that all the time. And JT did the same thing all the time. Be like, oh, why we don't get Kraves cards? Well, I mean, y'all trash them.
Why do we have a Ty Jerome who has seen 2 cards throughout the entire year? Why do we have a DeAndre Hunter card who has seen 1 card throughout the entire year?
If he's missing a SIG, you won't like him anyway. So, or you'll say his release too slow.
The lack of creativity is crazy, and it is something that has bugged me throughout 2K's history. They could do so much as far as dropping these different cards on a consistent basis, but they're too worried about each and every week.
It's just insanity. Like back in season 3, they did that. Connie Hawkins, they did that, and all. Like, it's like, oh my god, it's like, bro, no matter what, understand this. They will never be happy. I honestly, I feel like in even movies feel like that in thing. They will never, 2K wise, anything you're doing, they will never be happy. Because in season 3, they actually did do this. And you complained that all of it was garbage. Not even let's short things where like you could buy it for $50, but it's like you complained that it was literally terrible and garbage. In season 3, you couldn't. They were just dropping Tuesday cards, and there was no grind. I mean, I'm just thinking about the JC video. Good lord.
Dropping all of these Endgame cards, all of these GOAT cards that literally look like all the exact same. Like they're either gonna have Patty Mills base, or they're gonna have like what are the other ones? Cam Thomas. Like they're
A lot of them
Steph
got
Curry
different.
base,
Like I
Sexton
mentioned,
up.
a lot of them got normal hot jumper, or they get different spin move. Like saying this copy and paste isn't like 2K23 is the best example of that. Like 2K20, like if I go to 2K23, right? Or I think it's 2K23. I could be wrong there. But let me just put in, I don't know, who was it? LeBron? Was he an Endgame? Yeah, this is the definition of copy and paste. I don't think Ty understands the definition of copy and paste means you press copy and you paste every single SIG. That is not what's happening with even these GO cards. Sure, a lot of their SIGs are similar, but it's not copy and paste. This is the definition of copy and paste. When every card has the same jumper. This is copy and paste. Trae Young leaner, every single card, same exact card. That has not been the thing in 2K25. Sure, they have a lot of the same aggressive moves, same thing there. But if I even compare like a LeBron to, let's just say Wembanyama, because I mean, let's just say Wemby. He has a different upper. Sure, they got the insane dribble stick, but even then, LeBron has his own throw style. He has normal. Kareem has Kobe throw style. And those are cheesier. Kobe's a better one. go-to shot. Victor Wembanyama has his own go-to shot. He has his own hot jumper. LeBron has his own one. They both have. Shoot, I think they copied and pasted their free throws back in Endgame. I could be wrong. Yeah, they literally copied and pasted their free throws. They did not even do that this year. They literally have different post fades. They got different posts. So just because you don't do other things on the court other than just 5 out and cheese the game 24/7 doesn't mean that he has Alex Banks. He has Drew Eubanks. It's ridiculous to say they're all copy and paste. I mean this. It's as freaking ridiculous. But it's like no one calls people out on this stuff but me. I guess I have to be the one to do it because we just like, oh my, it's like it's a little bit frustrating but watching this video.
Upper or Oscar upper, there's only a certain amount of SIGs cards can have. And so like at this stage,
so are you gonna give 2K credit for actually not changing? Like Luka has his own hot jumper. Are you gonna give 2K credit for that, or normal 2 hot jumper on Bobo? Are you gonna give him credit for that, or are you just gonna hate on it? Just
if you're looking at my squad, and I'll just I'll briefly talk about it. So
but if they don't have the SIGs, then you're just gonna call them trash anyway. So
yeah, right. He has the Andre Drummond Oscar upper on very quick. Right now I'm running Carmelo Anthony, right? He has the Oscar upper, Cam Thomas base, same release as a lot of these cards. There's just no.
He has a different pull-up jumper. He has Pro 2 hot jumper. Yao had what hot jumper did Yao have? I don't know what hot jumper he had on Yao. I missed it. Yao had he had Pro 2, but he had a different pull-up jumper. So yeah, I don't know what point you're trying to make here.
Release as a lot of these cards. There's just no difference within any of these cards we're using. And even if you go back to like last year.
Melo got a different aggressive move, technically speaking.
At the end of the year, all of these cards look the exact same. Like they did. They all look basically identical, you know, when we're looking at what these cards truly were. And so it's just like, maybe even, I wasn't playing at the end of last year, so I shouldn't even say that because a lot of these cards.
Honestly, I think 2K24 was more copy and paste. They actually copy and paste their hot jumper. You wanted to say that argument because we look at 2K24, let's just compare LeBron to Jokic. I still don't believe that's copy and paste because they got different jumpers. But still, if you want to be like, oh, every single card got Jokic hot jumper. But yeah, but I would say this is probably the least in terms of like all overall SIGs being copy and paste. Because even then, every card had Jokic hot step. Every card had very quick. You know, they had the same motion style. They had the same post. Like, I still don't believe this is copy and paste either. But it's just the point you're making.
Do look somewhat different. But if you go back to 23 too, all of these endgame cards were the exact same. Like all of them. They had the exact same SIGs. They had the exact same release. KPJ, Sadiq upper on very quick, Trey Young leaner. That's what all of them were. And it brings me to the point that I want to make. Why is this card not usable? This card is not usable.
Well, technically you could use him if you want to. He's not usable, well, I'll answer early because, like, the gameplay, are you going to bring up that the gameplay sucks? That's the real reason why, if he brings up the gameplay. I mean, that it's the gameplay, but
because there's nothing about him that separates him. Imagine if
let him talk.
Steph Curry was the only one to get, you know, the Francis SIGs, right? Imagine if Yao and Wemby didn't get them. Imagine even tall point guards didn't get them. So imagine like the new Tracy McGrady didn't get those types of SIGs, didn't get the best SIGs in the game. You want these smaller point guards to be usable, 2K? You've got a prime opportunity to do that. But again, instead, the way 2K would rather do things is make all of these cards basically copy and paste SIGs, maybe
you would just call them trash. Like, that's literally what would have been proven for seasons. Like, you would just do that. And two, about the Curry thing. No, he wouldn't. You know the gameplay is absolutely atrocious. How you not going to say the gameplay isn't the #1 reason? Because your Curry can just be shot over every single play. So the real issue ain't Curry, it's the atrocious gameplay. And the fact you're looking over that is just even ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Slightly tweak the releases of these cards, but basically they're the same as well. And it just makes for the end of the year at this stage to be, I don't want to say boring, but it's like all of these cards are the exact same. Whether it's the Patty Oscar, whether it's, you know, whether it's the Andre Drummond Oscar, like all of these cards are the exact same. And so that's, I guess, to me where it's like, it's boring in a sense because there's just no uniqueness. There's no change of any of these things.
So the uniqueness you want is different SIGs. So in your video, if they were to do that, are you not going to complain about them not having, say, animations? Because I don't buy that for 1 second. Basing on your videos, I don't buy that for a second. I don't buy that.
All of these cards have the exact same SIGs. Everybody is going to have that D-Fox moving crossover, the Pro 2 leaner. And to me, there's no creativity with it. Because I almost guarantee you, come Friday, we're going to get some new GOAT cards. And honestly, it doesn't even matter the name on them. Right? Because the height is the only thing that matters. There's no unique SIGs. There's no unique...
You could be like a release you prefer, but...
You know, dribble SIGs. There's no unique releases.
But that's on the gameplay, though. Saying the dribble SIGs, Darius Garland's the only one that doesn't make you run on 2 feet. I mean, Darren Fox maybe, but it's like Darius Garland's ahead by a lot, so your issue should be that literally the gameplay sucks.
Is a copy and paste. You know the GOAT cards are going to be the best cards in the game, but again, there's no changes. There's no uniqueness. Even the Sean Bradley, like, yeah, he's a slightly different release in the Claxton. He still had Pro 2, still had Garland, still had Francis, still had Steph Escape, still had the D-Fox moving crossover. There is no change of any of these cards. And it's not just that it's this year. It is year in, year out that this is what we see. At the end of the year, all of these cards get the best SIGs. And again, I would be fine if it was just like, okay, let's say like, and I'm just going to throw out a name, right? Let's say Dino, right? He's undersized at this stage for a big. So why does Dino not get slightly better SIGs than a guy, let's say like Goat Yao? Am I the only one that wants that? Like, make Dino at least somewhat relevant at this stage in a stage of the...
You don't really want that, though. Like, would it make him relevant? I don't even think so. He gets shot over anyways. So I don't buy for a second you really want this. Like, honestly, I don't buy this for a second that you actually want this. I just do not buy this. I don't buy this for a second.
The game where, I mean, all these cards have literally the best SIGs and the best releases, and I want a card to be usable. Am I asking for too much? Am I on the wrong side of this thing? And look, this is coming from myself, who I love Endgame in my team. Like, that's when I think...
You love Endgame in my team? You just made a whole 6 minutes about why you hate Endgame. This whole minute why you just... Oh, help me, God. Whatever.
It is the most fun to personally play the game. But that's coming from me, who 4 years ago it wasn't like this. Like, I promise you, in 2K19, like, yeah, we got like out of position cards and stuff, and it still got cheesy, but not all the cards had the best SIGs and the best releases. I don't even think I can go back to 2K19, but like, even at the end of 2K20, I don't even think, like, these cards still saw LeBron James based on normal. Like, what happened to this? Why?
Gameplay got more atrocious. You trashed every card that literally was good, even if they don't have a certain animation. So then now that they give you the cards with good animations, you still are angry about it. So no matter what 2K does, you will not be happy about it no matter what. And like every time, no matter what.
Do we need all of these cards to get all of the best SIGs, all of the best releases? Back, 4 years ago, that's not how it was. The cards still had these same exact releases that they had all year long. There was some separation in cards. There was some difference.
Was it though? Only thing that happened is the ones that had the best, that had a release that was already good in that game, people wanted more. Like the LeBron, the LaMelo, they were the best cards. So it always has been determined by their jumper and whatever their animations. It's just it didn't change them enough, so those players got it. But like, why we're pretending like it hasn't all
we're all copy and paste of each other, and it brings me back to the point of.
And you could just use those other cards, but you're not going to use those other cards though. Like I said, you could just use them. Nothing stopping you from using them.
In 2K19, when point guard Shaq was in the game, he was the best, or you could run him at point guard because there weren't any position locks or anything. But guess what? Not everybody ran him because he had the Shaquille O'Neal base, which was not good at that stage. What happened to these?
Gameplay was way different, though. I feel like you need to bring that up. The gameplay was way different. I feel like that's the number one that impacted. One more realistic MyTeam, I would get that, but I don't believe you want a more realistic MyTeam.
Types of cards. Like, why are we in the stage we're at now where all of the cards are the exact same, and the only difference is, number one, how tall they are and what they look like on the floor. Like, that's the only difference. The rest of the SIGs are basically the exact same. Why does everybody have the Oscar Robertson upper? I don't even necessarily love that upper, and everybody's got it. I just feel like 2K has so much more potential and could do so many more things if they just would not change everything.
What jump? I agree with your statement. What jump would you give every card then? Because I believe that they did a really good job for the most part changing jumpers. I feel like they went a little bit hard with Oscar upper too, but What will be the jumpers you would change? Explain what will be the different dribble stick. You explained it a little bit. But at least you explained more than JC. JC just straight up just didn't verify anything. But like, I feel like the things you want would have to involve changing the gameplay up. And then I don't even believe even season, like I said, go back to that because it shows that you don't really want those things.
About every card and release different cards. Why do we need the same exact cards? Not
Think I had cards like, oh my god, I used to, why you need the same exact cards? Well, Alonzo Moore and Kyrie Irving, oh, they suck. They don't got this, and every Tuesday card, season 3 was garbage. Just terrible. We go back to let's just go back. Let's just go back. I mean, just go back to season 3. I just want to see. This is exactly what he did. Oh my, like, it's exactly what he did. He's exactly what he did. Oh, was it season 3? It might have been season 3. Was it? I think it was. Mick drop set. Oh, every card sucked. The animations aren't good. Or wasn't this one Abracadabra? It might have been Abracadabra. Whatever set it was. And maybe it wasn't. No, it was a Tuesday set. I think it was the Hidden Gem set. Whatever time period they were doing the Hidden Gems. Okay, that might have been season 2, so my apologies. I will say that. I might have been getting it a little bit wrong because the hit now. That might look on 2K24. But yeah, right here. Okay, it was season 4 actually. Excuse me, season 4. Still proves my point though, because season 4 they did a lot of the spin cycle stuff, the stuff like this, the Tenet. Is it? Yeah. And he called them all terrible when they did different cards. So you had a debut barrel. It was a lot of different cards in it.
900 times. I'm serious. Like, you go back to this year, like, we at least saw some different cards. Like, I don't know.
Just noticing this James Harden 1, 2, 3, 4 probably has less cards than the Tim Thomas that he even showed earlier in the video. I think he has less cards than Tim Thomas. Oh, dear help us God, man.
And James Harden was good. Luka Doncic was good at the end of the year. I mean, you saw some variety, you saw some change, and you saw some different cards like Adrian Dantley, Jack Sickmush, Stephon Marbury, Phil Jackson.
Could the argument be made that the different cards, they have the same release from the beginning and to the end is the same? But I guess what because someone make that argument then if this is going to be the argument, but I don't know.
Cam Reddish, like, you saw all these different cards. Eddie Curry. How many Eddie Curry cards did we even see this year? I just feel like 2K is going in the complete opposite way. It's who can make us the most money in packs, and that's all they care about. Which, honestly, if I was a company and I like 2K and I knew what made me money, I might do the same thing.
I believe you would do that.